Hi guys, I hope you had a great weekend. I wanted to start this week off by going over 2D shapes for our math lesson today. Now we've talked about 2D shapes and 3D shapes, but this week we're just focusing on 2D shapes. 2D shapes are flat, right? And 3D shapes are those shapes that we can either hold or we can sit on. That's a good way to tell them apart. So for today's lesson, only focusing on the flat shapes, we have this anchor chart to help us, so follow along as I go over the 4 shapes that we are going to learn today. The first one is a circle, and notice that a circle has no straight lines. They're all round, curvy lines to make a circle. A circle does not have any sides, and it doesn't have any vertices. Now, vertices is a word you're going to hear during today's lesson a lot, and that's just a big fancy word for a corner or an angle. So a circle has 0 sides, 0 vertices, right? Round, curvy lines. And some examples of a circle would be a clock, or coins that you might have, or your parents might have, or a pizza, a whole pizza before you eat it. So those are all examples of a circle. Our next shape I wanted us to move on to is a square. And a square has 4 straight lines that make up the sides and 4 vertices. Remember that word vertices is just a fancy word for angles or corners. So let's count the sides and then we'll count the vertices together. So we have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, and then we'll count our vertices. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a square. I also want to point out that a square has all sides that are the same length. They're not shorter or longer, they're all the same. Some examples of a square would be crackers, it might be a sandwich that you eat for lunch or your parents eat for lunch, or it could be the keys on a keyboard of a computer. Our next shape that I want to go over is a triangle, and our triangle has 3 straight lines or 3 sides, and it has 3 vertices. So let's count together. We have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. Now let's count our vertices. We have 1, 2, 3 vertices, and some examples of a triangle might be a safety street sign if you're walking or driving with your parents. You might see one of your sandwiches cut diagonally. That might be shaped like a triangle, and you might also see a pizza slice. Once you start eating that pizza, you would take a slice out and it would be in the shape of a triangle. Our last shape that I want to go over is a rectangle, and a rectangle has 4 straight lines that make up the 4 sides and 4 vertices. Let's count those. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. Notice that a rectangle kind of looks like a square, but it's different because 2 sides are long and 2 sides are short. Now the top and the bottom are longer and the sides are shorter. You could also turn it so the short sides are on the top and the longer sides are on the sides this way. So either way, it is a rectangle. There are 2 short sides and 2 long sides versus a square that has all the same length. Some examples of a rectangle might be your refrigerators at home. It could be a sheet of computer paper or notebook paper that you have to draw on or write in a journal, and it could also be a book that you have. So those are our 4 main shapes that we're going to talk about. Remember, 2D shapes are flat shapes. I want to challenge you to look for shapes as you are outside, enjoying the fresh air and the sunshine, and in your side of your house. And I can't wait to hear about all of the things that you find. Bye!